So what is the CARES Act of 2020, and how can this stimulus package of $2 trillion benefit you in your particular financial situation today? As most of you may know, if you're under the age of 59 and a half and you go to withdraw funds out of your 401k or other retirement accounts, you may be subject to a 10% penalty. But with the CARES Act, it opens the opportunity for people to get their hands on those funds when they need it now, when they really can make a difference and impact their lives. Well, that might be a perfect opportunity for you if that is what's in your best interest. So let's first start off with what you could do and then maybe discuss on if it might be in your best interest. Well, first of all, if you've got money that's in that 401k and you can get it out of there, pay the taxes now, or by talking to your CPA, tax accountant, or whoever advises you on tax and legal advice. But let's take a look at what the IRS.gov website says. This is a $2 trillion stimulus bill. So the government is trying to figure out, hey, with all of these people that are out of work, how are they going to continue to get tax revenue? Because they still have to pay for all the folks that are retired, all the folks that are dependent on the government for their Social Security check and so forth, their Medicare and their medications. Where is that money coming from? Well, there's a couple things that may make a huge, huge difference for you, and you may not even be aware of it. Well, because of the virus and everyone being quarantined, they've said that if you, and you can read these bullet points, again, look it up on your own, if you've been affected by the coronavirus or you had a dependent or spouse that was diagnosed with the coronavirus, that you may be able to take funds up to $100,000 out of your 401k and you will not get the 10% penalty. It also goes on to say in bullet point, the last one here, the fifth one, that if you have adverse financial consequences as a result of closing or reducing hours of a business that you own or operate due to COVID or SARS, or in the third bullet point, if you had adverse financial consequences as a result of being quarantined, being furloughed, or laid off, or having hours reduced due to COVID, or if you simply couldn't work because you weren't able to because you had childcare, then you had to stay home with your children. Under these situations, the federal government will allow you to forego the 10% penalty and take up to $100,000 out. Now, does that mean I think that everybody that has money in a 401k should run out and take that money out? No, we want to take a look at your individual situation. This is a perfect opportunity that the government is giving people that are under the age of 59 and a half, that are concerned about taxation maybe going up in the future. They're concerned about the 10% penalty if they were to get their hands on it. And if you were affected and you do fall under these guidelines and your qualified tax advisor tells you that you could get that and it is in your best interest, then maybe you do want to take some of those funds and start utilizing it to best your advantage. So if you're somebody that's under the age of 59 and a half, and you can get your hands on up to $100,000 out of your 401k or the retirement accounts, let's face it, your portfolio is probably not performing right now the way you expected to do, especially after the big hit that you probably took like everybody else back in March. Or if you're of the group of people who feel that with all of the money that the government has in expenses from Medicare and what they've been talking about for the number of years on taxation, if you feel that the taxes for income in the future are only going to go up and they're probably not going to go down, then does it really make sense to keep that money sitting in your 401k any longer? Think about it. If you think that taxes are going to go up in the future rather than go down, aren't you at a disadvantage by leaving your money in your 401k any longer than what you really have to? Well, that's the mindset that some people have, and they want to get that money out of there, pay the taxes today, because you may be in the situation as some people that you've taken a loss this year. Now you have funds that you can actually utilize, that if you're somebody who has debt because of this, we can structure this to help you with that situation. Or if you're somebody who's been able to stay debt-free, but has taken a hit from the coronavirus through maybe your business or due to childcare, not being able to send your kids to daycare, you've been able to take time off work, and this has affected you, and you qualify for this program, this may be the perfect opportunity to get that money out now, get the taxation taken care of, and solve one other problem that you had before. Use this crisis as the opportunity that are laid before you. Because let's face it, the wealthy people and the people that are watching this are taking advantage of it. But I'm not saying that you should take your funds out of there and pay taxes today, even if you qualify, because that may not be in your best interest. The approach that I do with all of my clients is a big picture approach, which that means I need to look at all of your finances and understand where your money's coming from, how much money you got coming in every month, how much money you got going out for bills, where your money is parked. Is it under your mattress? Is it in a checking or savings account? Is it in an annuity? Is it in a 401k or other retirement account or other vehicle like a Roth, for example? Or do you have your money all wrapped up in real estate? And what is your future plans? Do you intend to flip and get into real estate? Do you intend to have your money parked in a safe place because you're nearing retirement? Or your goal is to have as much money for retirement and make sure that you don't run out? We would want to make sure that we get your 30-minute consultation with me personally, so I'll be able to go through your options and see what makes sense for you, and then you can decide based on all the facts once we've laid it out and set it out before you. Stay tuned for the next video in this series where you're going to find out, will the Secure Act of 2020 hurt you? And what you need to know about the Secure Act of 2020. In just a few seconds, the next video in this series will appear at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. At the top left-hand corner of the screen will be the full webinar, which will answer 99% of all of the questions you have. Of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you'll be notified when I upload new videos each week. If you're watching this on a mobile device and directly on YouTube, there's a little arrow on the right-hand side. That'll open up the description below where you'll have a link to our webinar, our learning center, as well as have the ability to book a consultation with me directly to see if the infinite banking concept and becoming your own banker is right for you.